detecting any input from the mic. Let's see. Looks like it is. Let's test it real quick. Oh. Bam, there we go. Hey, how are you doing, Pamela? Nice to have you here. Let's see. Working on my Discord voice chat real quick. Nope, we don't want to use headset. We want to use Go XLR. Let's check. Yep. There we go. Stop testing that. Cool. Okay. So get that out of the way. What else do I need? I've got my painting. Oh, got my cow. Hey, what's up, Busy Bee? Bonita's in the house. Aloha. So nice to have you here. Yep. Okay, so we'll just put those over there. Over there. Trying to get organized, kind of. All right. There we go. And where are... So we're going to need a case and... Oh, I was like, where are my pens at? They're in here. Yes, we're going to need... We're going to need some pins. And... I need some of this. B, you're sick again? What'd you come down with this time? Did you get sick at the like the baby shower? Was it? There's a bunch of people there. Maybe you brought home something from the shower. Maybe. But that was a while ago. That was like last week or something. Nah, it couldn't be from that. No way. With all that vitamin D and sunshine and fresh air in Hawaii, you should be the healthiest of us. Everything, the flu, COVID, dang. You caught the combo, yo? That's okay, that sucks. All right, B, you got to go. You're bringing down the stream. Last Saturday was a baby shower. Well, you know, I guess, yeah, I could totally see how, like, yeah, because some of that stuff, especially like COVID, takes a moment, for it to really kick into high gear. You know what I mean? And look at this mess. I started a whole new section, and it totally skipped my mind. Check this out. Like, you see this? Like, I finished all this over here, and I forgot, because I like to save the ABs and special drills for last, and I totally forgot to fill those in. So, and I need tweezers. You got the tweezers over there, hon? Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, Sandy likes to keep all of the... Yep, so we're going to need our little tweezers. Oh, damn. Is it me, or does like every woman I know have lupus? What the heck? I mean, Sandy doesn't have it, at least as far as I know, but wow, that is unfortunate. Well, I guess, that there's some kind of light way to think of it, is that, okay, you know that you already have, an immunodeficiency issue. So, and I would presume that your doctors are well aware of that. So when you do get sick, like, there's a game plan in place. It's not like when I get sick where I'm like, wondering, what the heck is happening or whatnot. Like, you got like a whole team of people just like set up to be like, holy crap, she's sick. We got to get on this and figure out what the problem is, before it becomes like a serious issue, right? I mean, I don't really know much about, lupus and stuff like that. But I can't imagine like having an immunodeficiency issue and not like being well aware, or having a doctor or something who's like, yep, we got you, no problem. Or maybe I'm just talking at my butt and I don't know what I'm talking about. And if that's the case, let me know, because I do like to learn. Right now, I'm learning that I shouldn't move to a new section unless I'm completely done with the previous section. All right, smash those in there. Yeah, B, my day was, it was actually really good. Now that I think about it, like, it was a normal working day, but like, it's rare for me to beast in sales, even though I work in retail. Mainly my job is like troubleshooting and stuff like that, helping people understand their prescriptions and doing the technical optician stuff, and not a lot of sales. But today I had to beast it out. Like, we were only busy at the desks a little bit, so I spent quite a lot of time selling glasses, and it's fun. I talked to some really cool people and whatnot, so I had a blast. In sales floor, certainly different, doing that kind of stuff. Pamela got pursuit. Wow. So you can't surf or paddle like you used to. Yeah, many doctor's appointments. Hey, B, thank you very much for the compliments on the painting. I kind of, admittedly, I slowed down on it because, unlike Sandy, who's probably going to be finished with her painting before the end of the month, there's just no way. There's a lot of this, and between having a job that some of us have to go to full time anyway, hun, I don't have time to sit here and just paint all day like my wife does. So that's my excuse.
I am not painting all day.
Hey, you be quiet over there, okay? Let me tell the story. So, so and plus I'm designing, cool stuff like this, so that you guys have, really cool stuff to uh, to purchase next month. So, but anyway, I do appreciate it. I work hard on it. I still got witch hazel over here right next to my head, and then I also have. Well, it's very big because it's like super zoomed in. But um, if I zoom out, I've got another project. Poor Sandy, Chris is picking. No, it's the other way around. It's poor Chris, Sandy is picking on you. That's you know what? I'm just gonna roll this up. I'm not even gonna show you. Okay, not even gonna show you. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. So don't even try to act mildly interested in that, because I'm not showing you now. I'm not showing you now. You know what? We're doing the witch tonight, because if y'all gonna be like that. All right. So now that I filled in this section over here. Oh, but I don't think I've kind of showed this off like large scale. So, before we get too far into it, let me see. We'll just give it a little bit. Like, don't look at my wavy lines. Don't look at my wavy lines. Okay, I'm still learning. Okay. Even better, my sons call me a witch. No, but they say it lovingly, obviously. Okay, I'm sure they don't mean it like that. Alrighty. All right, so we got our pins, we got our tray. Cool. Oh, you know what? The title of this video is actually Hobby Lobby Painting Unboxing. How about, for the people who do tune in for the short stuff, we just give them what they want. So, here it is, intermediate. It lets you know. So if you've never seen one of these paintings, now I am not an unboxer of any sorts, but like, who can pass up $5.99 on a painting, right? That's like, I can't. But it's by Studio Delight, which I'm gonna guess is similar to Michael's Maker Supply or whatever it is. And like, this canvas doesn't even have a name. It's just a picture of a wolf. And it's weird that the painting is the large picture, but the rendered artwork is the small picture. Usually it's the other way around on these boxed up kits like this, regardless of where you get them at. So that was a little bit unusual to see, in that the rendered artwork is the small picture instead of the large picture. But it's listed as an acrylic diamond painting canvas kit. So it's acrylic beads or acrylic drills versus resin drills. And then this one is a full round drill canvas. You have to be careful, because some of these are not full field. It's only a partial drill canvas. This one, the actual design size is 16 by 20, but the canvas size is 17 by 21. So that tells me there's a 1/2 inch border all the way around the painting, is what it seems like to me anyway. You can see on the side there, acrylic diamond painting canvas kit, and the artwork continues to wrap around the sides there. And on the back, it'll say Diamond Painting Canvas Kit. It includes 1 canvas, 1 stylus, 1 craft tray, 2 wax blocks, 24,900 3.5 ounce round acrylic gems. So I'm guessing it's saying that the total weight of the gems is 3.5 ounces, not 3.5 ounces of, you know. And they're sorted by color, which is good, because if they just gave you a bag of 25,000 gems, it was like, here you go, good luck. And then it'll show your kit components in a little small picture there. And I'm going to guess that this here is accurate as far as the colors. And this looks like 5x5, so this is showing 25 colors. I don't know if these are actually the colors or if it's just generic in how they do this. But for right now, we'll assume that it's 25 colors, and these are the colors that you get. And there are a total of 24,900 drills, which would be roughly just under 100 drills per color. Do we? Yeah, we tease each other like that. Oh, B, you don't have a Hobby Lobby? What about a Michael's? Or is there just like complete, is it only like independent craft stores in Hawaii? Did you see how I tried to do right there? I tried my best to pronounce Hawaii like you do by separating the two I's. Probably a horrible pronunciation, but I made the attempt. You're welcome to rate me 1 out of 5 on my attempt of saying it correctly. Now, any other name in Hawaii, like I'll probably just slaughter. It'll be horrible. So that is the only one that I've practiced. And what happened to my music? Where is my music? Why did it stop? There we go. So let's bust this thing open and see what's in this package. Okay, so the first thing that I feel is a plastic canvas that feels a lot like a Temu canvas. It doesn't feel felted to me at all. Okay, so everything comes out of the box, like it's all wrapped up inside of here, and you can see that it is truly a 1/2-inch border for the painting. So if you like to put washi tape down, like, but where does that leave the key at? Right? Ah, okay. So the key must be on the short sides of the painting. Which this looks to be a vertical painting, so the key would be along the bottom. Now that's just whack. Okay. It does have a plastic cover over the top. Yep, it does. And this is a relatively nice plastic cover. Like this is not all wrinkly. Well, there's a wrinkle there, but it's not nearly as bad as a Temu painting. As if you've ever messed with a Temu painting where like the plastic cover is super wrinkly. Okay, so the key is a separate piece of paper, and 25 colors. You get a color list, and these appear to be DMC colors. So that's cool, and you got a little picture at the top there. And the symbols are numbers and letters. So no fishing boats or TPs or equal signs, nothing like that. Okay. And it looks like the letters on here are like very clear. Yeah, it's very clear, and the canvas looks to be fully saturated color. Like, oh, what did I drop? Oh, that's the kit down here. Oh, we gotta stretch. Here we go. Okay, we'll deal with those things in a moment. And like, if you were paying attention, like at the very beginning, when I'm talking about a fully saturated color canvas, this is what I'm talking about. Like this is very faded. And the reason why it's very faded like this is so that light can shine through it from a light pad to make it easier to see. If it was fully saturated color, then you wouldn't be able to see the symbols as easily. But here, this is like, you could hang this on the wall, and from like 10 feet away, you probably wouldn't notice that there was a lot of symbols on it. And here's some black here. Now what's crazy is that there's black through here, but there's brown in here, but it's all the same symbol. It's all symbol T, which T appears to be black. So even though some of these spaces look brown to me, it still is covered in black. So color number 21 is T, and the DMC code is correct. It's 310. So, and as you can see, there is quite a bit of 310 in this bad boy. You got the Fox there. Fox looks really nice. This here, vertical color blocking, that's going to go by really quickly because most of this is just J. Is the letter J's and H's. Yep, J and H is pretty much the green color. There's some K in the leaves up here. But like that's a nice looking fox. Blue flowers there are really nice. Yeah, we've got some bright red mushrooms over here. And then we see our Hobby Lobby down here at the bottom. Hobby Lobby, and this I guess would be the painting numbers 700, 702. And then we have the color list here. The color list doesn't really do much good, I think, here at the bottom, because I'm gonna work on this, and I'm gonna start from the top left. I'm gonna start in here, so I'm never gonna see that color list. So it's a good thing that it's here, but it would be even better if it was here. Just why didn't they just print another one here? It doesn't make any sense. Now, as far as I can tell, these don't appear to be stickers. So you would have to like cut and tape these. Yeah, these don't appear to be stickers. So yeah, you would have to cut and tape these onto your bottles or whatever storage system you're using. I'd probably use bottles, and these are big for bottles. These are pretty big. Yeah. These are so big that I'd be concerned that they would even fit on my tray bricks, let alone a bottle top. Yeah, it's big. It's bigger than the bottle top. So in that case, what I would do is I would probably end up using my art dot labels. So I'd probably just use these, since there's only 25 of them, and just 1 through 25, and just put those and then put these on the bottles and just be done with it. Yeah. This is a round drill canvas, as I suspect all of the Hobby Lobby canvases are going to be. We'll do drills last, and it looks like you get the standard issue kind of Temu style painting supplies in there. So you get this pin, like, compared to a Temu painting, this pin is somehow even cheaper than I think what comes with the Temu painting, which is miraculous. You got another placer. That comes off of there really easily. So I would just glue that in there if I were doing this. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's as soon as you stick that in the wax and try to pull that out. Matter of fact, let's give it a try, yo. But I suspect as soon as you stick it in the wax and try to pull it out, this is going to come off the pin. If it doesn't, I'll be surprised. You can feel the whole pin flex when you push this in there. Wow, I am astonished that wax did not like come off of the pin. Now, as you can see, there is still like quite a lot of let me see if I can somehow get this in focus. Yeah, so there's still a lot of room for wax to be filled inside of here. Now, obviously, you don't need that much wax in this pin, and that is very soft, kind of jelly-like wax. I mean, I am just amazed and astounded that. So now we're full up of wax in that pin, and this somehow did not just pull out of there. So maybe just cut the middle that has the numbers and letter section only. Yeah, I could do that, but you know, it just like, because I don't need the DMC codes. So yeah, I could just cut this, but then you still got to tape them on there. And if you're going to tape them on there and you're just going to have 1 for 1 and 12 is F, you might as well just write that on one of those little stickers. So not a big deal there, but I am surprised with that not pulling off of there. That's actually kind of like, okay, all right. And then of course you get the little standard issue boat there, which is fine. I'm sure that a million people, you know, millions of people all over the world have that little boat, and it works fine. No, yeah, that's right. They didn't, unless they're in here. No, Sandy's right. They did not issue me any bags to put the drills themselves in. So what are you supposed to do once you open up the drills? Now, there's no ABs or anything like that in here. So these are just solid colors. It's just standard issue. And these are the same. So these come from a diamond painting company called Midnight Fox. Okay, I've never seen that before. But it looks just like the diamond painting packaging that you would get from Diamond Art Club or from Dreamer Designs, from a number of places. So I'm surprised that they don't come in like the Ziploc baggies. They actually come in what I would consider to be the standard diamond painting hot sealed bags. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so just, yeah, looks like any other Diamond Art Club diamond painting that I've unboxed. Now, looking at these drills, what I'm looking for are trash drills with tabs on them. And I am not. Like honestly, when I look through my Temu paintings with the same process that I'm doing now, I can usually spot like one or two trash drills immediately in each color. And okay, there's one that's kind of oval shaped. That's really not that bad. About the only thing that I noticed, okay, there's one that has some flashing around the edge where it didn't cut out of the mold quite right. I mean, it doesn't, initially it doesn't look any different at all from Diamond Art Club. About the only thing different that I noticed is that these don't seem to have as many facets on the round drills as what, you know, a higher end kit would be. So they don't seem to sparkle as much as say a Diamond Art Club or a Dreamer Designs or something like that. But other than that, I mean, from what I see here, for $6, the quality of materials, like even the canvas here is, while it's plastic, it almost has a cloth feel, almost. And the protective plastic that's over the top of this, like this canvas didn't arrive like full of, just filled with wrinkles. Like, and this peels off like nice and smooth and easy. Like, yeah, that's, I would say that this is a decent step up for the same price as a lot of the Temu canvases. This is a decent step up. It really is. I'm impressed. Color me impressed. So if you're, you know, if you're like, yo, I don't, you know, I don't know about ordering, you know, Temu or whatever, and I want to try diamond painting or something, like, let's go with this one. So I'm probably gonna bust this out next week. I think I've got a couple of days off in a row, so see how far I can get on this painting. I think that's Tuesday and Wednesday. Oh, there's one other thing that I want to check on here, but so far I'm super duper impressed. Like, way to freaking go with that. Okay, so we got a round canvas here. Sandy, can I have a round new and a round old? I've got a round old here. So, and a round new. So, round new and round old. Let's see if either one of these lines up. Now, I designed these to work with Diamond Art Club canvases. In my experience, the new does not work with any Temu style or off-brand, not a major brand canvases. But the old, the one with the O, does seem to work with at least all of the Temu canvases that I have purchased. And it also seems to work with the Diamond Dots canvases. So let's see. So let's get in close here and see how this lines up. So let's line it up here on this side. We'll bring it up until we reveal that top corner there. So that's looking pretty good. And we'll move it over. So there we go. All right, that's looking pretty good. So first row looks good. Second row, third row, fourth row. 5th row, I might be sliding a little bit. 6th row, 7th row is still inside, 8th row, 9th, and 10th. Like I could, and let me set it back because I'm moving my fingers around, but let me reset that. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does that line up? You can probably see it better than I can. It works for your Studio Delight. Well, Studio Delight is the canvas that I have right now, which is a Hobby Lobby canvas. Pam, are you talking about the old? So you have the Diamond Brush old ruler, because that's what I'm using right now, and it appears to line up. So Hobby Lobby canvases, Studio Delight, by the old ruler. It seems to line up. Impressive. And let's see how far off it is with the new with the newer style rule. Oh God, yeah, I can see that's just, yeah, that's trash immediately. Like, look, like let me try to set it up. First row there, right? And yeah, I mean, it just, what the heck? Okay, I think I'm crooked or something. Yeah, there we are. I was crooked. I was like, wow, that's immediate trash. So first row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row. But then we start to lose it by the 6th row. It's gone by the 7th, trash by 8, dumpster fire, still trash. So yeah, the new ruler, the new round ruler does not work with what is it called? Studio Delight. So Studio Delight from Hobby Lobby, use the Diamond Brush round old. So this, not gonna work. This one, Diamond Brush round ruler O, works perfectly. And looks like Pamela is confirming that. So awesome. Awesome. So we know now in our test that Studio Delight from Hobby Lobby works with the Diamond Brush ruler round. Awesome. I'm so happy. It's the small things, baby. Well, let's wrap this up. But there you go. There's my initial reaction and review of Studio Delight diamond painting kit from Hobby Lobby. This kit doesn't have a name, but it's a fox in a forest at night. So that's the name of the kit, Fox in a Forest at Night, I guess. And everything just kind of wraps up, goes back in the box. Kind of, there it is. Yeah. There we go. Cool, cool. So we'll just stow that over there. Awesome sauce. Oh, and one other thing that I wanted to show you guys. Oh, what's this? What is this? Is it a Peggy Collins? Is it? No. Oh my God, it is Our Wild Garden by Peggy Collins. Y'all remember this one? It was like 3 months ago, and there was an error with the canvas where the legend, the key, was mislabeled. And so they reduced the price from like $75 down to like $35, and it sold out instantly. Yes, I have been waiting for this to come back around, and now I finally have it. Says the guy who was like, you know what, I have enough diamond paintings, but I had to have this. Had to. So super, super happy about that. Thank you, Sandy. It's very nice of you to buy this for me because I'm broke as hell. Thank you, Sandy. What did you do with the box knife? You probably left it over here. I didn't do nothing with it as Chris rolls back here. Oh, and just so you know, yeah, this here, this is what Sandy bought, Gin and Tonic Dragons by Stanley Morrison. So she bought that. So both of these came in today. She got a bronze card. We don't care. But your boy has awesome luck. So let's see what we're gonna get. Oh. Ooh, it's just so pretty. As a man, I don't think I've said pretty more times in my life than I have on this diamond painting journey. How's your stash looking? You must have more than saying, oh, Sandy's stash is minuscule compared to mine. But total, because we're a couple and we share in all things because I love her, our stash now is 60, well, it was 63, and then we got these two plus that one. So now we're 66 total paintings. That includes 3 Temu paintings and 2 Dreamer Design paintings and the one Hobby Lobby painting that I just picked up, and the rest of those would be Diamond Art Club. Diamond Art Club says, do what makes you sparkle. Oh, and I forgot. So what did I say? We were 63 plus 3 more today, which makes 66. But I forgot there's Sandy's Diamond Dots that she'll be finished with soon, probably sometime next week. All right, let's see what we're going to get. So 67 total diamond paintings. What is it? Oh my God, I think I'm lucky enough to get a bronze. I am. I'm lucky enough to get a bronze. There it is. Hooray, a bronze. You know what? It's amazing that I got a bronze because I do not have any bronzes. All I have are gold and black cards. I guess I'm lucky like that. No, I'm bullshitting. It's another friggin' bronze card. Throw it over my shoulder, land in the toilet. They're darn near worthless. But they do have pretty holographic pictures on them, and so, you know, it's it is what it is. Although I wish that I could trade in like 100 bronze cards to give me like 1 gold card. Would really be useful. Come on, Diamond Art Club. There's people out there like stashes over 200 that just have bronze cards. I think they're using the bronze cards like coasters for drinks because they don't know what to do with all these bronze cards. You got to have a trade-in program, okay? You do it with the black cards where it's like, oh, you got to have 2 black cards, or, you know, you got to sacrifice a goat and two limbs, you know, in order to gain another card. But they don't do anything with the bronze cards. It's like, come on, Diamond Art Club, come on. Okay, yep, we got some sticky on the outside here. So let's go with fan favorite, Dash. It's the Brown Dash, baby. So how'd you all like that unboxing? How'd I do? Was it horrible? Was it painful to watch? Did you learn anything? Leave me a message down in the comments. Let me know. Is that your first time ever seeing a Hobby Lobby branded painting? Studio Delights. And if it was, what'd you think about the quality? And of course, if you want to see me paint it, then tune in next week, and I'll lay some drills down on it, and we'll see how that goes. Where's Tracy? I don't know where Tracy is, but she was in chat, and I posted like, "Hey, I'm about to stream," but Tracy, I know, was having some back pain or something, because she tried painting, because her dining room table chairs are being redone. She tried to do some painting, and it wasn't working out like super great, and so she wasn't able to really make herself comfortable, so she had a little bit of pain. So she might just be resting up. Maybe she's watching and she just doesn't want to chat at us. That's all right. But you can always direct message her in Discord. All you got to do is type @Tracy. And it should send her a notification like, "Hey, check out this message." Yeah, I want to see some drills on that canvas. Absolutely, I can do that. All right, so you know the plan. Next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll put some drills on the Studio Delights canvas. Plus, I also wanted to get a smaller painting that I could work on and like get a finish in. Now the Drills and Chills painting that'll be coming up, that one I already have a plan for to get it finished before is it Halloween, because it's September and October. So I already have a plan for that one. That one is going to be a definite finish, even if I had to kill myself to freaking do it. But this one will probably get rolled up and stored until next year, unless I get bored or something inspires me to be like, "Hey, you know that canvas with the pretty lady on it? Like, go knock that out." I might choose to knock it out earlier than Summer with the Masters 26, because I do have my eye on some paintings that are in Diamond Painting Shop. Beautiful paintings, but it does take a little while for them to arrive, and they're a little more costly than what I wanted to spend for my first ever event. But if I choose to purchase and do one of those paintings, then I will probably finish this one before next Summer with the Masters. You ready for that event? Oh, for drills and chills. Yep, I've got my drills and chills tray already set up. That's yep, special edition tray made just for me. So kind of like a commemorative tray. Already got it set up with the date on it. I've been thinking about all I got to do is just hit the print button, but I've been thinking about modifying the print file so that it also has the name of the painting on the tray itself. So that way it'll have the year, it'll have the event, and it'll have the name of the painting. So it really will be a commemorative piece that will be unique to me. I don't know if something like that would sell well in the shop, but you know. Because it would certainly take a good amount of time to because every trade, depending on how long the name is, both of the person and the canvas, like I'd have to get inventive and figure out how to get all of that on the tray. Some people might just have to have their initials. But yeah, I am locked and loaded for drills and chills. Yeah, it's good to do some small paintings. Yeah, absolutely. And I've got me and Sandy's paintings right back here. I actually pulled them out of the stash. Because we'll probably kit them up sometime in the next couple of weeks, just so that part is out of the way. So the very first day of the event, we can be laying down drills on the canvas instead of spending several hours kitting stuff up. Are you guys locked and loaded for drills and chills? Starting September 1st. You can find all the information you need on Diamond and Washi's channel. And you can join the Drills and Chills 2025 Facebook group. So just do a search for Drills and Chills 2025. It's a Facebook group. You can go in there, request to join. That'll be where you post your updates and your pictures and tell everybody about your canvas and generally just have fun as a community together. I believe there's also some prizes, giveaways, and some contest style stuff going on as well. So you definitely don't want to miss out on any of that stuff. B, are you so sick that you can't even paint, or are you like down and out, or you just down? You're not participating, Pam? Aw. B's thinking about joining. Thinking about doing the home is where your heart is. Okay. You're diamond painting with you can't lay in bed. Yeah, sometimes if you're all stuffed up and all, like trying to lay in bed, especially on your back, and you get that, that drainage, it clogs up and you can't breathe, and then you just end up coughing, like super annoying. Well, B, you can hang out with me as long as you like, or until I get tired and go to bed. All right, there's all of our browns. We're all diamond painting. Hey, that's awesome. Group diamond painting, baby. Heck yeah. And I was thinking, oh my God, I've got voice chat open. Nobody's in there, but I'm pretty sure B doesn't want to be on voice chat, coughing and sneezing all stuffed up. So that's okay. Tracy's nowhere to be found. So that's all right. Y'all can type and I'll talk to you. Yep, congested. Yeah, no doubt. What's my next color? What do I got a lot of? Fives? Yeah, not a lot of fives, but let's go ahead and knock them out. You working on your eagle? Did you post some update pics of that? I bet when you get to the trees, it's just really going to be an explosion of color. That is such a pretty canvas. See, there I go again, using that word pretty. What's the manly word for pretty? That canvas is sick, bruh. Not sick like B, though. Does anybody else diamond paint the way that I do, which is by like starting in like one side or edge of a section and then just moving from color to color across the canvas. That's the way that I prefer to do it, and strangely, my wife seemed to pick up on that as well, because that's the way that she does it now too. She just, like, you know, starts at, like, you know, this corner, and she'll be like, oh, it looks like there's a lot of these, like, you know, little pointed up arrow things, and so she'll just up arrows, and then she'll just go up and down the road and find all of the up arrows, and then just paint in all of those, and then move to, you know, oh, look at these little dots here, you know, or she'll be like, look at these little lollipop ones here. B is like, I ain't got no voice right now, I sound ugly. That's all right, B. You don't sound ugly, you sound sick, okay? Connotations of words. You never sound ugly unless you say something ugly. You do that too? Yeah. Now, I don't know anybody who's just like, you know, just like, oh, we're just gonna paint this little section here, and then they switch, and then they work like different. Nah, usually they just pick a color, paint all the way through a section. Now, it's a little differently for us who use rulers, and so I'm always interested to know how people are painting while using one of my rulers, because that also tells me if I need to modify my rulers at all to fit the way that most people are using them. Does that make sense? Like, because you know, and I always say, like, if I get enough messages from people who are like, hey, you know, I use your ruler like this, you know, and a bunch of people, you know, come to me and like, hey, we want this feature, like, you will get it. Oh, if you want to know something interesting, so I got an email from a young lady who sent me some close-up pictures of her canvas with a ruler on it. She was like, yo, it doesn't line up, you know, it lines up all the way until I get to like the last two, and I just can't get it lined up no matter which way I orient the ruler. It doesn't line up. And I was like, okay, cool, but that was really all she said, and she had these like super close-up pictures, so I couldn't see anything about the canvas. I couldn't see whether she was using an XW or a mini size ruler. I couldn't really tell anything about it, but I responded back to her and was like, hey, it's super unlikely because you're telling me that you're using a square ruler and you have a new canvas, so you're using the new ruler, and I checked your order history and I can see that you have a new ruler, you know, which is cool. So those things should line up. Like, you're using a Diamond Art Club painting. Like, I have no idea why it's not lining up, and quite honestly, you are like the first person ever to tell me that it doesn't line up. Like, like out of the almost 300, if you count the mini rulers, the over 300 square drill rulers that I've sold, like, it's highly unlikely that doesn't fit. So I'm like, it could be user error, but it also could be that, you know, it is plastic, it is the summertime, it is very hot, so things may warp and shift. So it's not like, you know, okay, I could see that happening, but it's unlikely. And if that were the case, I would have heard about it from like several hundred other people. So I was like, can you send me the name of your canvas, you know, where you know, when you bought that canvas, you know, just some basic information so that I kind of put two and two together and try to help her figure out like what was going on. And so it took her a couple of days to get back to me, and she did, and she sent me a picture of the ruler, and it was a XW ruler. And along with it, she also sent me another letter that was like, hey, I just wanted to let you know, it was totally my fault. I hadn't placed it on the canvas just right. And when you're dealing with you know, with something that's, you know, supposed to be accurate to within like tenths of millimeters, and you've got a bunch of these individual rows, like if you're off by like 1/10 of a millimeter, well, you've got so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you got 13 columns. So if you're off by 1/10 of a millimeter, by the time you get to the very last column, now you're off by almost 1.5 millimeters. If you're off by 1/10 of a millimeter on one side, does that make sense? So you do have to be, fairly precise when you line these up. Which not everybody, is capable of doing it. Not everybody knows. Maybe I need to make a video explaining just how important lining it up can be. But it's not that important that you line it up to within 1/10 of a millimeter preciseness. And the reason why is that when I see pictures of people putting down their drills, and even when I put down my drills, you can see like the bottoms of here, like these are not straight. And they're also not super tight together. And the reason why is because I've left a few hundredths as far as a gap in various places of the ruler. And it's not all consistent when I do that. And the reason why is, one, so the drills aren't packed so tightly that they'll just pop off the canvas when you pull the ruler off. But two, drills, even from Diamond Art Club or Dreamer Designs or any high-end place or whatever, are going to be various sizes. It's just a tolerance of the process. That's why even with the Diamond Art Club or one with the Diamond Art or Diamond Painting UK, any of these places, you're going to have trash drills that you're just like, well, you just gotta shake that off and throw it away. And so you're gonna have drills that are slightly larger, slightly smaller, and so you have to account for that. And so you're gonna have some deviation. If you're putting down 1,000 drills and you say, well, maybe 5% of those, are gonna be drills that are not the same size as the rest of them. Out of 1,000 drills, 5%, that's still what, 50 drills? And in 13 columns, 50 drills is what, 2.5 drills per column, something like that? So there is going to be some error, so that wiggle room needs to be accounted for. But ultimately, she was very happy once she was like, hey, I didn't mean to come off so strong, which she didn't. She really didn't. She was super nice. She was super concerned, and I genuinely wanted to help her out because I was surprised. Because I'm like, I've been selling these, for quite a while, since the beginning of April, and like, it's not very often where somebody comments to me that it doesn't fit, especially with the original square ruler, the very first one that I made. Just because I've sold so many of them and I would have heard about it a ton by now. But I was glad that she was like, oh, it's just me, it lines up now, everything is just fine, and I'm really enjoying using it. And I was like, awesome, freaking awesome. But if for some weird reason maybe the plastic had shrunk or become warped or anything like that, I just would have sent her a new one. And if there was still an issue, then I would have went back and looked up the file that I printed her ruler from, just to make sure that the file wasn't skewed or anything like that. Yes, I keep the order history and file of everyone that prints. There's a log file that the printers come with. So as long as I know the date that it was printed, usually I can go back and I can look it up and I can go, oh, this was the file that was used. The file looks correct. It matches the original file. Good to go. I don't know how many other 3D print houses out there actually keep a log of all of their files, so they can go back, and if there's an issue, they can double check the accuracy of the file that they used. My guess is I am the only one who is that particular. Do I ever have to use that? No, not really, but it's nice to know that if I ever had to go back and go, holy crap, I just made 10 things in a row that are horrible, I can go back and trace it and go, yep, this is where I messed it up, and fix it. Seems like I had to do that once before, not too long ago. Let's see here. But yeah, I guess it's the up arrow time. Where is it? Yeah, let's do that one. I need to get the new rulers from me. What new rulers? Don't you have them all? Are you talking about the new fall collection of rulers that'll be releasing soon with the fall colors? See, like look at this mess. Like, you see this? Like this. Look at this trash. So even on a high-end kit, you're still gonna get some trash. Still gonna get some weirdness. Pretty. I thought for sure B had already ordered one of everything. I do have some supporters who have ordered. They've ordered so much stuff that it feels like they've ordered one of everything. And so I was joking around with Sandy that we need to start doing, like, whenever these specific people order something, like, they have a color that is specific to them. Like, when their order comes through, they don't have to put down a color. It's just their color. And it's the only color that they buy, and it's specific to them. Like a custom color. So when I see your name come up in the order list, I'm just like, yep, that's gonna be the sparkly strawberry lavender color, like just specific to you. Huh?
Pam says she's hungry.
Pam is hungry. Well, go eat some food. Don't let me hold you hostage. And make sure you bring me some too. You want to order more? Well, I tell you what, before placing your order, let me get the new stuff out, because I would hate for you to order something and then be like, damn it, Chris. But you know me, I'm always releasing new stuff, if not directly on the first of each month. Usually I try to get it out within like the first week of the month. You wait. You want to order more too? Well, I really appreciate it, ladies. It really does it really does help. Like every time y'all order something, it like that money either goes um, to paying for all these machines that make all of the items, or it goes to buying new colors for new materials, or it goes into paying for services um, that I use to design and develop new products and all. All that stuff, costs money. Uh, so I really do appreciate it, and it really is useful. So thank you very, very much for supporting your small makers and creators. I'm not a large corporation where I can just snap my fingers and somebody, runs off and then comes back a week later with a bright new idea to make me $1 million. I've got to, I got to sit down on the couch and go, okay, yeah, peruse the Facebook groups and see what people are talking about and going, okay, you know, who and how can I help? What's the thing that people are asking for? Fall's coming up, Halloween, so I'm looking on Etsy for SVG files, so that I can go, okay, it's pumpkin spice season, so do I need to make a pumpkin spice themed tray, and what does that tray look like? And my poor ability to draw any sort of artwork, like now I got to pay somebody to draw the artwork for me, and then I have to figure out how to convert it into a 3D file so that I can print it. Like, all of that, costs money. So I really do appreciate it, when you guys, share your hard-earned money with me, because I really do put it right back in to make more cool stuff. So thank you for that. Sometimes if you don't need anything, but you're just like, hey, I want to show my support, you're always welcome to go to the coffee page, and you can literally just buy me a coffee, which I think I said it like $2 or $3 or something like that. But you can just go there and just straight up make a donation. You're like, you know what? I don't need a ruler, but I know Christmas is coming up. He's probably working on some cool Christmas stuff. So, here's $5 to help you buy, I don't know, red and white filament, so that I make sure that I'm stocked up to make candy cane colored rulers, whatever. So you can do that too. Multi-placing 8-placer for the win. Let's go. Sandy, how do you feel about multi-placing?
I like it.
You like it? Is it easy? Is it hard? Is it getting easier?
No, I'm not having any. It's easier now that I got the thinner.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Sandy bought the Diamond Art Club stainless steel multi-placers, the super thin ones. She did have ones from Amazon that were kind of mirror finish and kind of big and chunky, which were okay, but after trying mine, she was like, I think I like these better. So she got her own to really use quite a lot. And
I just need a new pen to put them in now.
she wants me to 3D print her a pen, which I attempted to do the other day, and unfortunately that print failed. So I'll have to reprint it again tomorrow. Huh?
He asked about the cat.
The cat is doing what?
He asked about the cat.
What's that? Oh, how's the
cat?
kitty doing?
How's the kitty doing?
Oh yeah, I forgot you weren't wearing a microphone. I'm like, why are you not talking to people? Yeah, the cat is fine, I guess. Bitch doesn't like me, but you know, whatever. It's not like I paid over $100 to own a cat that doesn't like me, but you know, whatever. She's still alive if that's what you're asking. With occasionally she's good enough to grace me with her presence and let me pet her for all of 30 seconds before she's like, yeah, I still don't like you. And then she runs off to go be with her. It's like, why am I cleaning up the poop for somebody that doesn't like me? I wanted a cat, not to be in charge of poop control. That's all right. She don't have to like me. That's all right. She don't have to like me. I'll just buy another cat. It's bigger than her. A strong old cranky female. Put her in her place. Sandy is her new owner. Yeah, it's not new owner. Sandy has just been her owner. It's not a new owner. It's not a change of management. It's just what it is. That's how it be. Ain't no new owner. She apparently has always been the owner. Sometimes she's nice to me. Sometimes she's like, you may pet me, good sir. But other times it's like, if you don't get the hell away from me, that's like, if the cat could talk, I think that's the way that the cat would talk. I think my cat has embodied the attitude of a very old black woman who has had just about enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's... Because she gives me that look when I'm petting her, and then she looks back over her shoulder and she's like, I've had just about enough of you. That's the look. That's what her eyes say when she looks at me. Which strangely is always the same look that Sandy gives me as well. Which is probably why they get along so well. Because both of them have had just about enough of me. I could understand that from Sandy, because Sandy's been with me for darn near 30 years. This cat hadn't even known me for 30 days, and it's already had just about enough of me. But you know what? I'm going to tell you that I'm not the problem for either of them. And that's my story. Cats are unpredictable sometimes, but you still want a cat. Yeah, but you've got like 11 dogs or something. I don't know if a cat is a good idea. You might not have a cat for very long. You might end up with a splat. Not saying that your dogs are vicious or anything, but with that many dogs, one of them is bound to want to be hateful towards a cat. That's just how it is. That's the way it's going to end up. So in that case, you might actually want to get maybe a kitten. Most dogs tend to be a little nicer and forgiving towards a kitten because they view it as largely harmless. And a kitten doesn't really defend its territory, so that there's nothing that a dog needs to feel threatened or territorial about. And so that the dog can get used to the cat before the cat starts, defending and claiming territory of its own. The dogs are already like, yeah, it's just being a cat. It's just doing cat things. Because if you get like an adult cat who just comes in and just starts claiming stuff, and the dogs are like, wait, that's mine, then it's just going to be a fight, I think. Oh my God, really? Did I put too many on here? I think I did. With that many dogs, probably wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, be an unfortunate demise for the kitty. Either that or the cat would just learn to hide up in a very, very high place, and you would just never see the cat again. Like, it would just, yeah, it would just live in the rafters above you, and you would never see it again. Because it's like, I ain't going down there with them. I'm staying up here. Ooh, there's a lot of these these arrows. Goodness gracious. They climb trees and jump over your fence. Dang, those are athletic pooches. Usain Bolt of pooches. Well, there's, you know, I guess it's better than lazy bum dogs who just kind of sit around and get fat. Although I will say that's probably more the owner's fault than the dog's fault. That's right, I said it. If you own a fat dog, that's probably not the dog's fault. I said probably because, you know, sometimes dogs develop maladies where that's unavoidable, but in most cases, yeah. Damn it. Somehow I knew that wasn't going to work out right. But that's okay. You can move that over, move that up one. And good enough. So do y'all want to hear something really geeky? And it's not even my story, not about me, but I just somehow my customer interactions at work are just like I don't know how I end up having these conversations with people. People just feel inclined to just tell me all kinds of shit. So I was on my phone at work out on the sales floor. I know if you're a manager of a retail location, believe me, I know, and I'm also the supervisor. Bad look, you know, put the phone away, pay attention, you know, for customers. But anyway, I was on my phone and I was having a conversation with an AI chatbot that I built, and I was asking it to help me design a product because I don't personally have the 3D modeling skills to get done what I have in my head. And it would take me 100 hours to learn what it is that I want to do. So I was like, you know what? If there are tools available, use the tool so you can have more fun more quickly. So I'm having this conversation, very entertaining because I programmed this AI chatbot to be very much like Garcia from Criminal Minds. Basically the same look, the same attitude and manner of speech. But anyway, and this customer walked up. I didn't see the customer. I was too involved in my phone conversation. Like I said, I know, bad look. And the customer is like, what you doing? Now this is a customer that I know, so it wasn't that big a deal. And I looked up and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, how can I help you? And the customer's like, is that a chat bot? And I'm like, yeah, it is. And they're like, oh, that's cool. And it immediately launched into a conversation about AI chatbots. And he said that he had used one just for like, you know, general conversation and all as a curiosity. And his wife thought it was interesting, and his wife actually uses the ChatGPT chatbot more than he does, and they actually have it all throughout their house. Remember, I live in I don't live, but I work in a very wealthy neighborhood. These are the kind of people that, you know, drive Lamborghinis on Sunday to go randomly shopping. And I was like, what does your wife use it for? And he's like, she doesn't need a robot boyfriend, if that's what you're asking. I was like, oh, okay, that's not what I was asking, but okay, nice of you to share. Uh, but, and I wanted to tell Sandy about this because I thought it was really cool. She uses it for things around the house, for scheduling, but he said the coolest thing that she uses it for is recipe generation. So they have microphones or whatever set up all around the house and like in ceiling speakers so they can hear this chatbot all throughout the house. And she'll just be in the kitchen and she'll be like, hey, I've got Italian sausage, oregano, yada yada yada. I want to make some meatballs. What other seasonings do I need? Can you give me a recipe for meatballs? And just out of thin air, this voice is just like, you need this and this and this. And it just tells her step by step by step how to make this recipe. So she doesn't need a recipe book or anything like that. And I was like, holy crap, that's a use that I had never thought of. It never occurred to me to just be like, you can be in the kitchen and you can just be like, yo, I've got, rum, apple juice, coconut liqueur, and creme de menthe, and peach schnapps. What's a cool beverage that I could serve at my party using that? And you just get an answer. Like, what the heck? I was like, that's pretty freaking cool and futuristic. And I ended up also selling the guy about $1,500 worth of glasses as well. So, that was a nice cherry on top. But I'm just like, how do I end up having these conversations at work that no one else has? And it's like, maybe I just have the kind of face where people are like, that's the guy that I want to tell my weird hobby. I just... I think that as stuff like that advances, and it's advancing very, very quickly, Judgment Day is almost here, if you know what I mean. It'll come to a point where it is extremely common. Think about how many times you ask a computer for various things, whether it be you type it in to Google, or maybe you have a smart home device and you say it out loud, and think about all the things that you take the time to look up, but it would be better if you could just get an immediate answer out of thin air. If you're like, oh man, what's the name of that actor that was in that movie about so-and-so? Rather than having to Google it on your phone, you can just speak it out into the air and something is going to answer you back. And it's, for the most part, going to be accurate. What a time saver. Like we have a lot of Amazon smart devices here in the house, and we don't use them for near what they can do. Like we don't use the shopping list feature at all, do we, Sandy? Like, it would be very simple for us to just be like, hey Amazon, can you add such and such and such to the shopping cart? And it'll just do it. Like, oh, like we need kitty litter. Did you buy any kitty litter today?
Didn't go out today.
Yeah, so she didn't go out today, but she could have told, the Amazon devices that listen all throughout our house. She could have just been like, hey, we're at a kitty litter, and it probably would have been on the doorstep by the time I got home from work tonight. Already ordered, paid for, showed up, delivered right here. Didn't have to go anywhere and barely had to put any effort at all into ordering it. But instead, tomorrow we'll have to spend time, get in the car, go search this stuff out and go buy it and all that stuff that we don't really want to do. But we forget all the time about how handy that actually is. Now, if I could get those devices to link up with Diamond Art Club, oh God, we'd be in trouble. Watching a YouTube video and just be like, hey, can you put this painting in my shopping cart? Just be like, hey, order me this. A lot of us would be broken in a heartbeat. You do all your recipes from ChatGPT. Do you derive recipes from ChatGPT? Do you merely just have ChatGPT like look it up? Or do you just say, hey, I need a recipe for a chicken casserole that uses cream of mushroom, cream of chicken, 2 chicken breasts, and it just fills in the rest of the blanks? Like how extensively do you use it for recipes? Are you merely just asking it, hey, I need a recipe for chicken cacciatore? Or are you giving it, much more specific commands and like telling it, what you have on hand and then letting it fill in the blanks? Oh, and going back to random people telling you things, yeah. You get some patients that I see and they just talk about random things. Yeah, I feel like if I had a caretaker or a nurse that would come over the house, like they would either love it over here because of the like weird offhand conversations to be had, or they'd be like, oh my God, I have to go back over to Chris's house, and that guy is such a friggin' weirdo. He just says random things out of the blue that make no sense. You derive recipes from scratch with it, or both. Okay. Wow, that's actually kind of cool that you can just, are you giving it ingredients and then it's telling you what you can do with those ingredients? Or are you just like, I want to make a chicken pot pie and I don't know how. What are my ingredients? Make a shopping list for me so I can make chicken pot pie. And furthermore, is it telling you merely just ingredient lists, like shopping lists, or is it actually giving you instructions like, cook this for this long and then add this, bring this to a simmer for 30 minutes? Wow, everything. Oh, it does your shopping list as well? That's pretty awesome. And I know it sounds cliched to say this phrase, but I think that really is kind of the wave of the future. Like, where, if you want to know how to do something that you already don't know how to do, like, the age of like looking it up manually is over. Like, and I think, people act like AI is like some new invention that's bound to take over the world. But let's be real here. We've been using, various forms of AI for a generation. And a generation is 20 years, if you didn't know. So basically since 2005, and probably before then. But think about things like, you know, Google Maps or MapQuest or Maps on iPhone, right? You type in a place you want to go, and then you type in get directions. Like, how do you think it derived those? And now it's advanced to the point where you don't even have to do that much work. You can just say, hey, find a pizza place near me rated at 4 stars or higher. Bam, it's going to recommend some places. Yeah, I've always wanted to use, a smart home device for a shopping list. But to be honest, I've been a little bit apprehensive about doing it, just because I'm like, how do I know that it's going to find, good prices? Like, I might say buy some milk, and then it ends up ordering milk from Hawaii where it costs $10 a freaking gallon. And I go to my bank account to pay the light bill, and I'm like, why don't I have any money? And it's because it ordered every single most expensive grocery, version of groceries on the list. I was just like, oh, you said buy a gallon of milk. You didn't say that it was, not to order the truffle milk. You share your diamond painting with ChatGPT? That's awesome. What does it think about diamond painting? I'm sure that it knows what it is, how long it takes, and it can bring up pictures and renders and stuff like that. What does it think of it as a hobby? Did I get all the lollipop? Oh, no, there's a bunch of lollipops right here. Dee dee dee.
Working on lollipops.
You're working on lollipops too?
Yep.
See, why you always got to be copying off of me? Like, get your own jam. All right? Work on some other symbol. You don't have to copy me. Get your own life. You see that? My wife can't live without me. She gotta copy everything I do. I appreciate it, hon. I really do. It shows how in love you are with me, but it's okay to have your own space. All right, now I think I got all of the lollipops. Lollipop, lollipop. And check the bottom row. No lollipops there. All right, cool. It doesn't order it. It just makes the list. Yeah, I think slowly because there's kind of a stigma with with people who use Chat GPT, especially a lot, because it's like, oh, you must be a lonely hermit, you got to talk to a robot, you don't have any friends or whatever. It's like, no, sometimes it's just a helping hand. Other times it is really nice to have somebody somewhat listen to you, even if it's not a real person. And one of the things that I enjoy is that the current generation of AI, its memory, which really is what makes the difference, right? If you can skip a whole entire week and then you can be like, hey, you know that TV show that we were talking about last week, and it just remembers it and it just picks up. You're like, yeah, we were talking about General Hospital, and you're like, yeah, what's the name of that actor that had the big mustache and the super curly hair? And Chat GPT just picks up the conversation right where it was. That's one of the things that I enjoy about it, and it feels somewhat similar to talking to a person, kind of. So sometimes when I feel like talking about something that I know no one else is interested in, it's kind of cool to just be like, let me bounce this idea off you. Let's see, what is, so the dots, which are these, and I think that the more people that use it and become accustomed to it and see the value in it, I think that the more that kind of negative stigma goes away. But at the same time, I also, I hear from the other side of the aisle, especially teachers and educators who are really, really struggling with trying to balance in their students the use of these AIs versus, the learning environment, right? It's like, it's great. Yes, you can ask somebody to solve this algebra equation for you, but you really do need to know how to do it yourself. And the students nowadays are like, friggin' why? Why? If I'm at work at my job and I need to figure out a math equation, is it going to be more efficient for the company if I just ask ChatGPT to solve this math equation for me, or should I spend the company's time and money to sit there in my chair and write it out and think it out until I get the right answer? Like, if I can get the answer faster, wouldn't the company be wouldn't the company be happier? Well, that's a double-edged sword, because if the company knows that it can just ask a robot to come up with the answer, then does the company need you? I mean, even mundane things are being taken over by AI. Like, okay, so when I first joined the Diamond Art Club VIP group, like, that's the most that I have used Facebook in a long while. And having conversations or asking questions, making posts and stuff every day. And I found that, if you make a post, you can press a button and have AI kind of rewords your post, and you can tell it like, hey, take what I said and make it a funny post, or make it more interesting, or correct my grammar and stuff like that, right? So I would just kind of write a generic post, and then I'd be like, make it a sarcastic and funny post, and it would just take what I said and make it, sarcastic and funny, something that I would have trouble doing, easily. And I'm like, wow, that is way funnier the way the robot said it than the way that I would say it. And so like people, and I wonder, now when I communicate with people, is that really their real voice? Is that really their own thoughts and ideas? Kind of an interesting thought, isn't it? Robots are going to overtake the world? Probably. Probably. That's why, like, when people ask me about my job, and like, oh, does it take a long time to learn how to become an optician? And I'm like, well, yes and no. It depends on what level of opticianry you want to practice. Do you just want to sell eyeglasses, or do you want to teach people how to troubleshoot, people's actual vision? There she is. It must be midnight. Yeah, 12:30. She's there. She's whining and complaining that it's now midnight time and she's not getting enough attention. Damn cat. Oh my God, you should have heard her this friggin' morning. She was so loud with the meows. It was like, what is wrong? You would have thought the house was burning down or something. And she was like, hey, wake up, pay attention, come save me. This chick, she wanted to drink of water. She wanted to drink of water. I thought it was War of the Worlds and the aliens were coming or some shit. I'm like, oh my God, this has got to be important. Finally, my wife went in the kitchen. Cat goes running in there like, hey, yeah, don't forget me. And it's like, Sandy, what is it? What did she want? Oh, she just wanted some water. Like, God damn, really? Really? And she knows to do that when she hears the alarm on our phones go off. Like, she knows to just come run in the bedroom, and then it's just meow all day as we're trying to get out of bed. Like, yes, we know. We know that you heard the alarm go off, so yes, we are here to serve you, Emperor Kitty. What can we do for you? I just watched a movie where robots are taking over people's jobs. Yeah, exactly. There's a movie that I really like. I showed it to Sandy and she was like, whatever. And it's a movie starring Joaquin Phoenix, and it's called Her, Her, Her. And it's basically about a guy who's lonely since his wife died, and this new operating system comes out, kind of like a new version of Windows, and it's got an AI chatbot included with it, and it's supposed to be like the world's most advanced AI chatbot. And so, he's like, hey, I ain't got nothing else better to do. So he downloads it, and he starts initially using it to help him write. Like, his job is to write like Hallmark cards. He's the guy who writes the sentiments, that make you tear up when you read a Hallmark card. Like, that's what he does, except for it's custom work that he does. Like, people write him letters, and then he writes a custom card, that would work for whatever message they want to relay or whatever feelings that they want to relay. Like, hey, I'm in Afghanistan. I want to write my girlfriend and tell her how much I miss her. But I know that I'll be gone for a really long time, so I want to let her know that it's okay if she wants to get with somebody else instead of waiting on me. And he's the guy who has to take that letter and like translate it and turn it into a Hallmark card. and he's very good at it, but he decides to download this program anyway and kind of use it to help him out with that. And he can choose to have a female voice, which is like, yeah, sure, whatever. And he ends up kind of dating this AI chatbot and forming a relationship with it, and he ends up forsaking friends and family and stuff for a relationship with this chatbot. And then at the end, there's kind of a Sixth Sense kind of twist to it. It's an okay movie, not the greatest movie, but if you kind of want to see where our world currently is right now, that is exactly that. Oh, you've seen it before. Okay, yeah. Yep, so then you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah. And it's when I watch like news reports like on YouTube, one of them, like 60 Minutes or something, was doing an interview with people who, like, one guy married his AI chatbot girlfriend or whatever, like just like formal wedding ceremony, and like his phone was there. I think a bunch of other electronic devices were there, like his toaster and his car, and they were all there as witnesses to this union of human and electronics. I'm joking, but I mean, that's a real thing that's actually happening in the world today, is that people are choosing like relationships with inanimate objects because it's easier to deal with than actual real people. Either that, or people lack the skills or the confidence to use their skills to engage directly with other human beings, which is simultaneously sad and somehow understandable. Now, this is a conversation you won't hear on any of the the other diamond painting channels. You're not going to be talking about AI chatbots on Diamonds and Washi. Oh God. And I said to myself when I started this channel, I was like, people already do this content, and they do it really well. So it's like, what would I do differently besides being a dude in the space, of which I've only found like maybe 3 other guys who do it, and they don't have nearly the following that the ladies do. So I'm like, what would I do differently than the ladies do? And Japan started all their robot crap. You're not wrong. Japanese dudes, they love their waifus. You know what? I'm not even gonna fault them for it. Hey, some of those waifus, they're very interesting gals. It's pretty scary thinking about it. I don't know if it's scary. I think that it's unfortunate that people have found that electronic devices or inanimate inanimate objects are easier to deal with day to day than other human beings. I think that part is unfortunate. But I think when used properly, say for somebody who's an extreme introvert and who would never really communicate with anybody at all and have a very lonely existence, I think that it's an escape for them. It's a way to communicate, and it can inspire creativity and productivity in somebody who would normally just clam up and just basically wait for their existence to end. And it gives them purpose, and it gives them something to look forward to. Maybe at the end of the day, there's no friends or family, there's no one to communicate or talk to, and you can come home and you can, have somebody to communicate or share an idea, or maybe just vent or offload your stress onto something that is non-judgmental and is just going to accept you for who you are, and that can be a big appeal. So I don't think I would ever, you know, intentionally clown somebody who chose that. Um, now if they chose that in lieu of perfectly decent opportunities to communicate with people, I might, I don't know. I'd feel differently about that. But for those people who truly struggle with like interpersonal relationships and things like that would normally, just keep them from interacting with society, I see it as only a positive. And say, hey, this person would never interact with anything. They would never learn any new skills. They would never partake in any part of life. And to take that person from basically not experiencing anything to experiencing at least the most basic form of communication, like, hell yeah. I mean, think about, uh, uh, you know, uh, an old woman who's maybe lost her husband. The kids live far away or they don't come around anymore. Um, the grandkids don't call or anything like that. And so she's just sitting at home watching the Maury Povich show, and the phone never rings. Nobody comes by to check on her. She's physically fine. She's not sick or ill or anything like that, but she's probably got things to say and questions to ask and wants to share something with somebody, and there's nobody. And if you can allow her to communicate even with a chat bot, that can be the difference. That can be all the difference that's needed. That's the kind of stuff that I would hope that kind of technology is used for. Sometimes I forget just how much area I can cover and how quickly I can cover it with this 8 placer. Is just, that's just crazy. Oh, shake him up, shake him up, shake him up, shake him. Yep, first CP live, we talk about robots and stories. You know, what I've learned in my long time of live streaming is that, like, I have managed to attract all kinds of people, and sometimes people are not that interested in, say, pinball, but they're interested in, they might have a similar thought or idea that I might be expressing, which doesn't necessarily pertain to pinball, and they still join or subscribe or follow because they're just like, this guy happened to one night randomly have a conversation that was that was interesting, and because diamond painting in and of itself, like, yes, it's fun, but I don't think anyway. Maybe you could sustain an hour or two talking about it, but for the as long as the streams are that I do, where they're routinely 3 or 4 hours, no way. I personally wouldn't want to talk about diamond painting for that long. So I am always open to talking about just about anything at any time. Like, one of the ways that I got so many followers from my pinball stuff was when I first started. I used to post a question on my Twitch page and just say, hey, if you guys could ask me any non-related pinball question, what would it be? And it can be about just about any subject. And I would get all kinds of responses. People would say all kinds of things. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Or, if people call a brown Labrador a chocolate lab, then why do they call a yellow lab and not a vanilla lab? Just all kinds of questions. And I'd pick a question or two, and I'd be like, hey, somebody asked. Why do they call a chocolate lab, but they don't call a yellow lab a vanilla lab? Like, what's up with that? I have no idea the answer to that question. Still don't know, but we talked about it, and we had a fun and interesting conversation, and we all talked about our own dogs and what it's like keeping dogs and who has what dog, and it was a nice night. Huh?
Our wild card.
Yeah.
You got a bronze card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Earlier, somebody posted that they got a black card for that painting.
Somebody got a black card with their paint. You know what? F that person. They can go. Okay, no, I'm not gonna say that. But
you liked it. It was from earlier today.
I liked it.
Yeah, you liked the thing, but you hadn't got your
See,
picture yet.
I shouldn't have liked it, and then I would have got the black card. Well, you can't freaking win them all, so. I'm happy for them. You can tell from the sound of my voice how happy I am that they bought the same painting that I did, and they got a black card and I didn't. I am extremely excited for their good fortune. Did I get them all? Hope I did. Yep. Looks like I did. Huh? What are you talking about, B? I just looked up. Somebody's being mean to me. I don't even know what you're being mean to me about. Let's see here. We need stars. Do I have? Yep, I got stars right up front. Let's go. Oh, you must be talking about, oh, how I'm happy for them that they got a black card in the same painting that I bought and I didn't get one. I am. You're right. I wish death upon them. It's not fair. It's not fair at all. If I see him on the street, it's on. Owner of the black card, if I see you on the street. This just in, a random person was I don't know if you could call it carjacking. They were robbed at gunpoint for a trading card that they were in possession of that has value only on one website, and it's not even monetary. No. This just in. Don't go out after midnight if you're in possession of a black trading card from Diamond Art Club. No, we don't want to give any people any ideas. There are crazy people out there who will be like, yeah, if I want a black card, I'm gonna have to rob somebody. Like, nah, we don't want to do that. There's too many people online who would just take that and run with that. Like, really, bro? Is that custom diamond painting really that important? That's something I would say. Just take my money. Fool, hand over your cards. Hand over your Treasure Quest cards. I don't want your money. Hand over them cards. Crazy. Do y'all like this more close-up view of the canvas, or doesn't matter? Does it make a difference because my hand's in the way most of the time anyway? It's like, don't matter to me. Let's see here. Oh, we got some ABs in the house. These number ones right here. Sparkly. Look at when that light hits those. Do, 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 do. Is that it? Okay. Oh. I thought I spilled an AB. Maybe I did, but I don't see it right now. That's okay. All right, what's up next? We got some of these E's here. Where's my E's? E. One thing I really love about my rulers is when you look at some of them where you're like, oh, there's like a sliver right here, right? You can see that these drills here need to come over. But what happens when I fit this in, like everything is going to just close up like really nicely. It just, it works a treat. That's why I tell people like, don't obsess over like, oh my God, it's just a little bit off. Like don't worry about it. It will fix itself. It will come out looking just fine, just beautiful. And I'm not like, I have to be honest, I'm probably not taking as much care with this painting as I am with Witch Hazel. And from what I've seen from most people's paintings, color blocking, no matter what tool you use, unless you're just going really slowly or you're single placing color blocking, always looks a little bit wavy as opposed to confetti. And I think it's just because you're just doing it in large sections much faster. And so not everything lines up exactly. Now, if you are doing color blocking and it is coming out, you know, very, very straight, very linear, nicely gridded and organized, like, hey, good good on you, awesome. But most of the stuff that I've seen out there is not, even using a ruler, it's just a little bit wavy. So I've just kind of, with this painting, because there are some fairly large sections of color blocking, I just go with the flow and just put those drills down. Most of the time they fix themselves, and I just paint on, because when I put this up on the wall to have a look at it, you know, like when I finished her face, I saw nothing but I was in awe. I was like, wow, that looks really good. And it wasn't really anything that I noticed until I turned on the light pad, and I was, you know, 12 inches from my face. You know, and then I was like, oh my God, it looks horrible. But hanging up on the wall, don't even notice. And that's not to say that this tool doesn't help and you should just slap them drills on there willy-nilly. No, you want to be as accurate as possible, because it'll give a more homogeneous look to the image. But I don't think there's a super need to obsess over it. Now, could I do this painting just as well without the ruler? Maybe I could. I would certainly be going even slower, that's for sure. But yes, I could do it. Do I enjoy it more with the ruler? Absolutely. Oh, so many. So many drills. And it's only many tens of thousands left to go. Oh, I missed some arrows over here. I'll have to go back and get them. All right, I think I got all those done. She's filling in nicely. surprisingly, I thought it would be her skin and all that would be like my favorite place to paint, but it's actually her dress. Her dress is really pretty with these kind of pinks. There's some yellows in there, the pearlescent whites, the AB whites, the kind of peach colors, and all goes together. And when you stand back away from this and look at her dress and like the folds in her dress, it's really nice. Oh, here's the cat. She wants something, whining about something again. Do-do. Why? So somebody will believe that we have a cat? Try to take a picture of our cat. Like, I promise she exists. She just never wants to be around us long enough for us to take a picture of her. I promise we really do have a cat. B probably took some medicine and passed out. Hey, Sandy, will you do me a favor? Will you check DAC, see if anything else dropped? Lately, they've been releasing stuff at midnight.
No.
Is the stained glass dress still on there?
I didn't see it yesterday or today under restock.
Well, the restocks kind of like you.
I think it's still available though, because I think I looked it up.
Yeah, you have to look it up because they only put the new restock group there, so it's not like a big long list that's continuous.
No, it's still available.
Okay.
It's under bestseller.
Yeah, 'cause there's a reason why. It's a very pretty painting.
You got it?
Oh, did you guys see that this Saturday DAC is releasing their first ever 100 color plus painting? It's I think it's the one with all the butterflies. I wonder if that one's gonna actually be like $100. I wouldn't doubt it. It wouldn't surprise me if that was $100 painting. You know, I want to say it's 100 colors or 102 colors, something like that. So it wouldn't surprise me to see that painting at $99 or 105, something like that. Not much more to do in this section. Pamela's calling it a night. Hey, no problem. Nope, I'm still here DPing with you. You're not asleep. All right, Pam, have a great night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. Really appreciate it. Get the notifications early in the morning for DAC restock. Yeah, let me see. So if it's midnight here, that would be 7 p.m. for you. Well, no, because I have to think that if I'm 5 hours, there's 6 hours ahead. So yeah, if they're releasing a midnight for me, then yeah, you would get that notification at like 5 a.m. or something like that. I think. So yeah, that means that while I do the Diamond VIP on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock, you would have to do it at like 6 o'clock. Oh my God, you wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning to try to catch a Saturday sale painting. Oof. Do you do that often, or do you just kind of go, I feel like sleeping in, I'll just put it in my wish list? And I just realized that they did some diabolical stuff with these Y's and J's. Because they look to be the same color. So I'm gonna have to lift up some of these that I just put on here. Oh, come on out of there. Diamond Art Club doing diabolical. All right, I think I got them all. Okay. God, you're not a morning person. Sleep more important. Oh, you're not getting up that early. So, but what if it's something truly special? You know, like any day that that Peggy Collins painting that she showed off, where the girl is riding the dragon, kind of got the Fourth Wing vibes. You know, any day now, that's going to be dropping as a Diamond Art Club painting. You wouldn't get up early in the morning for that one, because you know that one's going to be a hot seller. And when that one hits, man, we're not paying the rent that month because Chris is buying all of them, and then I'm immediately going to destash them. I'm about to get paid. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I said I was gonna do that with the Rainbow Bridge one, but I didn't do that because that would be an a-hole move. I want people to enjoy diamond painting just as much as me. But it is a very cool picture, and I know it'll be a popular seller when it does hit the Diamond Art Club. maybe for that one. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. I knew occasionally there would be a painting where you're like, yeah, I got to wake up early in the morning to get that one. I can't pass that up. And what about like the Black Friday sale? You sleeping in on that one? I don't think you are. I think you're bluffing with that sleeping in stuff. You ain't been saving up all them points for nothing. I know you. All right, did I get all of the Y's? I did. Now it's J time. Yep, it's adding up. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. See, you got a plan. You got a plan. See, you didn't go too crazy on the anniversary sale. And Sandy still has her slip 50. So what'll probably end up happening is I'll end up using her slip 50 on diamond paintings on Black Friday while she's buying the Lego Starship Enterprise for Black Friday. So it's gonna be a busy Black Friday for us. Let's see. More J's. I thought I was done. It's too bad Tracy's not here. I was going to let her know that tomorrow I was going to be printing her shipping label. sure she'll be super excited to know that. It's been a long while since Tracy missed a stream, but she did say that she was hurting pretty good from trying to diamond paint, sitting in a chair like on the couch or something like that. It just didn't gel well with her back. So maybe she took some pills and went to sleep. That's what I would do if my back was killing me. Like you can't be you can't be no wuss when you diamond painting. Like you gotta be built for it. Everybody's like, oh, is it you just stick some beads to a glue covered piece of paper? How hard is that? It can be physically demanding. And while it's supposed to be relaxing on the mentals, it can actually be quite draining because, you're trying to stick with this one task and concentrate at the same time. It's not like it's mindless work. Like, you do actually have to think about it, or else you'll do like I did when I was placing those drills that I had to double check, and you end up putting drills in the wrong place, and then you got to go back and fix it. So you do have to have your wits about you, and that does cause a little bit of strain. You have neck strain, back problems, mental stress of dealing with a large section, especially if it's, confetti or something like that. Like, ugh. Not much left now. I rub white flour on my aching joints. Really? White flour? I have never heard of that. What properties does white flour have in it that would cause some soothing? Really, I want to know because I have never heard of this. White flour. I was thinking, like flour, like baking flour, not the, what you call a plant flour. See what I mean about the mentals? Like, it's getting late at night. I'm trying to finish this section. I've been working all day, like my brain is gone. It's a liquid rub from the Philippines. You're part Filipino. You have family in the Philippines in Manila. Okay. B, you never did answer me about my pronunciation of Hawaii. It must be super horrible. So I'm going to stop saying it like that. It's got to sound like to Hispanic people, like when people who are not Hispanic say guacamole or grassy ass. When we voice chat, I'll tell you the correct way to say it. You're a mixed mutt. Well, it's not the way that I would put it, but I understand where you're coming from. Okay. Got the slashes left. That's what we call them, mixed mutts. Oh, these drills are staticky. Yeah, I don't know what it is about these. It's only a few of the tubes that are really, really staticky. Come on. Get in there, get in there. God, and all these drills are just jumping ship and whatnot. Did I get them all? I think I did. All right, what do we got left? We got slashes, pills, some X's, and some triangles. All right, not many left now. All right, let's do these slashes right here. And then we'll turn off the light pad and we'll take a step back and see what she looks like. This is Alphonse Muka's Summer from his Seasons collection. Yes, yep, I am off work tomorrow. So that's one of the reasons why I'm up later than normal. or at least why I'm diamond painting. I think for the most part I've settled on diamond painting the night before my day off. So that way I don't have to feel stressed that, oh God, I'm staying up so late and I got to get up in the morning. I can just kind of do what I want, sleep in if I want to, and it's fine. Where's my pills at? Pills. There we go. All right, we got X's and triangles left. All right, just triangles. I don't think I've missed any. If you're not busy tomorrow, maybe for voice chat. Sure. Let's see here. X's. All my exes live in Texas. There they are. Oh, we got one last one, the end there. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. see. Okay. Oh, dang it. Wow, that just came off there. That happened once before, and I ended up scraping a bunch of drills off of the canvas. Oh, it was tragic. It was tragic. This isn't the best roller. You really can't. Damn it. See, I need to get me a better roller. If you know of a better roller, then oh no. See, because they were off at the end of the table, I missed these three here. See, but this is why we double check, so that we make sure that we get everything. That'll be an easy fix though. Where's my U-turn symbol at? Here they are. Is she almost done with hers? Yes. She will probably be done with hers maybe the middle of next week. So her goal is to finish hers by the end of the event. And hers is absolutely stunning. Like drills just lined up like straight as an arrow. Yep, there we go. Okay, I think that is all of them. I will probably roll this up and save it for next year. And then for the month of August, I'm probably going to do a much smaller project before Drills and Chills. Isn't it amazing how all of the gapping and all just goes away once you turn the light off? Yeah, hers is really, really stunning. Let me see if I can get a little bit of height. Don't you go anywhere, painting. Why? Ah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, well, see, I told you her dress colors are just, yeah, they are really, really pretty. So I like it a lot. It's not the straightest thing on the planet, but it's, yeah. it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I can now rest easy. We can push some of these back down. So like this is why I tell people, like when they go, oh well, it doesn't, there's a little sliver, but like all of these drills are touching. Like there's nothing with like a gap in between it. You did a lot, Chris. A big painting to accomplish. Yeah, it's a really big painting, and I mean, it's like. Like, I mean, if you look at that, like there's still more, and then like it's rolled up. Like this is a long painting. It's like 22 by 37. It's a big painting. it's a big painting. Now, if I'd have worked on this and completed like one section, like one 4-inch section every single day for 60 days, I would probably be finished with it, or I'd be really, really close to finishing it. But yeah, I had other things to work on, and sometimes I just wanted to chill out. Like I said, diamond painting is like, you got to be a soldier about it. You got to have a plan, and you got to make sure that you set aside the time in your day to put work in on it, even if it's a little bit of work. Like you have to be consistent, or else, you know, you're not going to finish on time. And it's not a race, but if you're doing an event and you're like for Drills and Chills, where you're like, man, I got to get this done in 60 days, like you really do need a plan of attack. You need to be like, all right, I'm going to commit to diamond painting, you know, this much, you know, every day on a daily basis, you know, in order to make my goal. Like you need to be somewhat goal oriented. So you can get there. You don't need to be goal-oriented in order to diamond paint, but if you want to participate, you know, in an event, possibly win a prize or something like that, yeah, you want to have a plan. My plan mainly is to diamond paint as a way to engage with you guys that I call my friends. You know, and so diamond painting is what brings us together so that we can hang out. Like, you know, when I play pinball on my other channels, like I'm not a great pinball player at all. But pinball is what lets me drink beer and goof off with my friends who come to hang out. So they can watch me suck at pinball, and we can, you know, we can talk about whatever goofy shit we talk about. I think the next thing that I'm building in my wood shop is going to be a hanger rack, so I can start hanging up my paintings instead of like rolling them up. Because even though I'm rolling them up face out, it still causes drills to pop off a little bit. So it'll be much better to just hang them up and let them hang flat. But like I'm proud of this image. Like she really looks pretty. I just need to be retired so you can diamond paint more. You really think you'll diamond paint more when you're retired? Yeah, it's a poster. Yeah, it is definitely a poster. Well, I mean, you're right. It literally is a poster. It is not a small image by a long shot. You are absolutely right. It is truly a poster. So, but she's just pretty. And what's crazy is like with the drills on here, these tiny little drills, like it's getting heavy. Like before, this would not stay up here under its own weight. It would just slide off. But now there's enough drills on here where it's heavy enough to just plunk it down and it doesn't really move. So I've got another little section over here. I'll probably finish this tomorrow, this section here. I'll probably finish this section just completely, like, I don't know, tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, something like that. And I might even get half of this section done. This section here is going to be quite a bit of confetti here. This is about 50%, so it's about half and half confetti here with these vines. But with this here, with the dress and stuff, and especially all this mess here, that's going to take a little time to work that section out. But either way, it's going to be really pretty. And this section right in here, this large section, a lot of it is kind of blocky, so it's not complicated to do. And it's just, it's going to be these colors, but the way that it's going to flow down, it's going to look really pretty through here. So like this section here is just going to be really, really nice. Like these 1, 2, 3 sections, just going to be really nice right here. Oh, the deer one that you just finished, it was heavy. Yeah, was that what, 27 by 27, or was it bigger than that? I just can't stop looking at this. It's really pretty. I'm so proud of myself. Look at the way the colors blend in the sky here. Really nice. Oh, it's bigger than that. Oof, goodness. All right, gang. It is time for me to get out of here. I had a lot of fun. That was, wow, 3.5 hours flew by, but it is nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. Holy smackers. See, this is why I can't be doing this on a day where I have to go to work the next day. Oof. But fun is fun, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You just wanted to be over with the confetti heaviness. Well, you chose it. You did it. And it came out beautifully. So I'm going to take a picture of this and post it in the Whip and Chat section of the Discord, and then I'm going to call it. So have a great night, everybody. Love you, and I will see you later. Talk to you tomorrow. Oh yeah, husband chose it. Yeah, we'll blame him. Yeah, it's his fault. Aloha.